You guys asked for it, so I'm filming another how to fill a sketchbook video. Let's get into it. First of all, before I start with the tips, I just wanted to thank you all so much for the incredible feedback that I got on the first video on this topic. And I have a lot more things that I kind of want to give tips on and address because I've also gotten a lot of questions from you guys that I kind of want to touch on in this video. So let's start with the first tip. So a question that I frequently get asked is how I manage to make my sketchbook pages look very complete, look aesthetically pleasing maybe. And as you can see, I always have some kind of like drawing that is the focus of the page. Like not on all pages of course, but on many pages I will have one drawing that stands out the most, like the watercolor painting on the left here, which is more detailed than all the other sketches on that page. And I feel like that just gives the whole page a nice composition when you have one drawing that really stands out and then have some other sketches around it. Maybe you can make one drawing on a page that is very detailed, very colorful. You put more time and effort into it than you would with other regular sketches. And sometimes I even like draw one character very detailed and then I will draw them in different poses and stuff around that, a bit smaller. And I just feel like that looks really nice overall, and it's also really fun to do because for me, sketching in a sketchbook is not just about, you know, drawing and practicing. I also really enjoy creating colorful, fun pages that are nice to look at. So yeah, if you've been wondering how I kind of do that, that's what I like to do with my sketchbook pages. I think all of us constantly have sketches in our sketchbooks that we don't like or that are just messed up and we want to rip out the page because it looks so bad. Trust me, I've been there. I think most of us have been there. And of course, I would always suggest like leaving in drawings that you don't like as well, because you know it's all about learning from your mistakes when you're using a sketchbook. Because that can be really helpful. But I know sometimes there are those kinds of drawings that are just too bad to leave in. Like no matter how much you like try to ignore it, it's just bugging you. So what I like to do, like in my most recent sketchbooks, I try not to do it as much as I used to because, as I already said, I like to try and keep everything in because I like to document my artistic progress, I guess, with my sketchbooks. But when I do cover something up, I will use post-its to draw over something. I will, like in one of my sketchbook pages in my current sketchbook, I have this like paper that I can kind of fold out, and in the area where I stuck it, there was something under it that I didn't like. And like it's just kind of a very scrapbooky thing. I also like painting over areas with acrylic and then drawing something over it, kind of abstract sometimes, and sometimes I like to draw something in pen over the acrylic paint. That looks really nice too. Or make something in gouache over it. Just work over it with an opaque medium or stick something over it, because like depending on if you like want to still look at the page and be like, oh yeah, there was something there before, or if you want to completely cover it up, that kind of depends on what you want to achieve, what kind of look, I guess. So if you want to correct a drawing, you can always like even stick a post-it, like if you have a drawing where the head is just messed up but the body is okay, you can use a post-it, stick it over that and draw the head on the body, and you can like still flip up the post-it and look or like compare your old drawing to the new one. That's also something really fun, and you still don't completely throw away that messed up drawing. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to completely cover something up or half cover something up, depending if you want to still kind of remember your mistake or if you just want to forget about it completely. So I just talked about how to make your pages look nice and cover up mistakes, but what can you do when you're feeling overwhelmed with even working in your sketchbook, when the blank page is just way too intimidating? Well, this is a topic that I have touched on in my first video, but I kind of want to elaborate on it a little bit more because I feel like that's a huge problem for a lot of people. It used to be a problem for me too. Luckily, I got over it with time and with a bit more experience in using sketchbooks. My tip in the first video was to get a cheap sketchbook that doesn't mean a lot, and that's still what I'm gonna suggest to you guys. So I still have this kind of separate sketchbook, which is very thin. It's not that special. I think it's like a Muji very thin sketchbook. The paper doesn't have great quality. It's like nothing special. It wasn't too expensive either. So I used that sketchbook for things that I don't want to like use my expensive sketchbook paper on, and I also used to use those kind of sketchbooks for, I guess, practicing to be more confident in working in a sketchbook, because when you buy a really expensive sketchbook, you don't want to ruin it. That's perfectly natural because you spend a lot of money on that and it would be a shame to ruin it, right? But it's just kind of like a really mental thing, because we try to be so perfect with everything that we make. Being a perfectionist is a big struggle that a lot of artists have, I think. And it just takes some work to get over that mindset of having to make everything in the sketchbook look perfect and making everything pristine, not wanting to ruin anything. And that comes with experience and getting more confident with your work and getting more confident with working in a sketchbook. And that's why I suggest getting a cheaper one to start out with. Maybe you could fill, they don't even have to be thick, they can be very thin. And if you fill a couple of those, you will feel more confident, and then maybe you can move on to a slightly more expensive or nice sketchbook, so you can work with more different mediums and expand more, I guess. But if you're really feeling way too insecure, then I really recommend that you start out with a simple sketchbook. It can be from the dollar store. It doesn't have to cost a fortune or anything. Just start out with something like that to get more comfortable with your work, and then just slowly moving on to bigger things, I guess. So yeah, that is what I used to do. It helped me a lot, and I hope this is something that will help you guys as well. Having no inspiration, I think everyone's been there. You've been there, I've been there. We've all been through art block and stuff. It's rough. It freaking sucks. So I'm just gonna share some of the things I like to do when I really have no clue what to draw. So my first tip is to draw something with prompts. For example, I did a live stream a couple of days ago where the live chat suggested that I should design a character, and then they gave me some prompts, I guess, to incorporate into the character design, which was awesome. And I know not everyone does live streams, but you could also get prompts from the internet or ask your friends and family for 3 words, just 3 random adjectives or something, and then you try to make something out of that. That is an incredible creativity booster. It will give you something to work off of, something to work on, something to just, think about a little and design. So like you could easily fill a page by trying out different design possibilities for a character design. That's all it takes, just a couple of words. So that's one thing that I really love doing. Like, for example, this braid demon is the character that came together during the live stream, and I freaking love her. I actually also redrew her again after that, so that really also helped me later on to when I was like, what do I draw? Oh yeah, I could draw the character that I came up with a couple of days ago. It was really cool. And the second thing, if you really don't know what to do and you're also not feeling particularly creative to make anything out of prompts, just do some gesture drawings, man. Like, lineofaction.com has saved my little butt so many times when I was like, I just want to draw something for maybe 15 minutes, but I don't know what and I'm not feeling creative. Doing gesture drawings is a great way to fill that time and to just get something done, because it will help you improve your artistic skills so much if you just do a couple of gesture drawings, maybe every day, every couple of days, every weekend, whatever, because it will help you with getting down anatomy, it will help you with drawing more loosely, and it will also help you when you just really don't know what to draw, because you don't have to think too hard about it, you just get your reference, and then you're good to go. So I'm gonna link line of action down below because it's just, I can't recommend it enough. It's incredible, and I think every artist should use it. There's also references for animals and humans and all that stuff, so there's something for everyone on there, and yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend it, and it's a great way to fill a page in your sketchbook really quick. So for the last tip, I'm gonna talk about how to fill a sketchbook fast, because I've been getting quite a few questions on this. So I already mentioned, doing gesture drawings is a quick way to fill a single page, but of course, probably not just gonna do gesture drawings in your sketchbook, or maybe you are, I don't know. Anyway, I also said using thinner sketchbooks is not only practical for getting a cheap one, but it will also help you to get through a sketchbook quicker, because I know a lot of people get bored easily with their sketchbooks and then just kind of throw them off. So maybe using a thinner one will help you to not get bored with a sketchbook and get through it quickly. And what I always like to do is write down this little list of plans that I have for the sketchbook, like what I want to practice. So that will definitely help you just be a little bit more efficient with the drawings that you make, because you're like, okay, today I want to practice this on this page, and then tomorrow I want to practice that on the next page. And by just, like, if you have the time to, by being structured like that, I think it can be really beneficial for just getting through your sketchbook a bit more quickly. So yeah, that's it for all the tips of this video. If you have any tips on how you fill your sketchbook, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, because I'm sure a lot of people would benefit from that, and I'm really interested to see how you guys approach filling a sketchbook as well. So yeah, can't wait to read your comments on that. And thank you for sticking around so long and waiting for the second part. I'm really glad that I got to make this video like a part 2, I guess, because I feel like since I made the first how to fill a sketchbook video, I've learned so much more, not only about making videos, but also about like the most efficient way for me personally to fill a sketchbook, I guess, or do the way that works best for me, how I have the most fun with working in a sketchbook. So I'm glad I got to make this second part, and I hope it was helpful to you as well. And yeah, if you would like to see more of my art, feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube handle. Join the Discord, join the community Discord. It's linked down below as well. And you could maybe like show off your awesome sketchbook sketches or something. That would be really cool, because we have an art channel there. So yeah, if you want to talk about art with a bunch of other art friends from our little community, join the Discord. Can't wait to see you there. Okay. Yeah, that's actually it now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.